And the last sign that I want to share with you is actually the most obvious sign. I mean, when this happened to you, you might have the feel that you just want to neglect it, you just want to not accept it. But if this really happened to you, then it's really warning sign. Then you really need to do something. Hey, my name is Shi and welcome to my deep dive. So would you agree that it's quite simple to say that something wrong with your body? I mean, the obvious way to realize that something is wrong is that you feel pain. For example, if you are doing too much exercise, then you will feel pain because of the exercise. Or if you are injured, then you will feel pain. In this case, it's really easy for you to say what you need to do next. Maybe you need to go to the hospital, or you just need to rest enough so that your body can recover. And then the pain will disappear over the time, right? But in case of our mental well-being, it's not that easy. In fact, it's actually really hard sometimes to even see the sign that you actually feel the pain. And hence, it's also hard for you to say when or what you need to do to recover your mental health. So in this video, I want to share with you 5 signs that you maybe are mentally and also emotionally exhausted. And if you find yourself in more than just 1 or 2 signs of this video, then maybe it's time for you to just take a rest and just do something for your emotional and also mental well-being. Okay, let's start with signs number 1. And sign number 1 is that you feel irritated easily. And what I mean by this, so you don't have a clear vision of what you really want to do, or you start just like living from day to day without any clear goals or vision of your goal, what you want to achieve. And it's really hard to describe this in a word, but you can imagine it's like you have a fork right in front of you, a mentally fork, and everything is so confusing. You don't have a good connection to different thoughts, so that you can't really see the reason for all you're doing. And the reason for this behavior is that your subconscious is busy with different stuff, and this is why you can't really focus on your current work right now. And this caused your irritating feeling and also your confusing feeling. Sign number 2 is that you will have problem with your sleeping. So it's hard for you to go to the bed and just fall asleep instantly. Or if you fall asleep, then you don't have this quality sleep. So it's really feel restless during the night. And the reason is quite similar to reason for sign number 1. Your subconscious is really busy, and this is why it's hard for you to just get the rest that you need to fall asleep or to have a quality sleep. And you really feel this kind of emotional mess up inside you. And you also feel that your mind just go around and without any kind of end. And this in return will cause your sleeping problems. And sign number 3 is that your motivation level is low, really low, lower than you expect and lower than in compared to the time before you have this mental breakdown or just this kind of mental fatigue. And if you have those drop of motivation, then you will also start to ask yourself, why am I doing those kind of stuff? What is the reason, right? And it's also really become hard for you to just doing all the things that you're actually doing on a regular basis. And you maybe find yourself just lay in the bed, stay in bed and doing nothing, or just start to doing stuff that actually bring you anything but time wasting. So for example, I suffer from this a lot. Like I really have this drop of motivation, and then I just start to watch a lot of YouTube videos. I start to do anything but actually to, for example, doing more YouTube videos or being more active on Instagram. And the reason is that I see more instant gratification in those kind of activity. My motivation for doing the important stuff is not enough to overcome this instant gratification. So if you don't have enough motivation, you really feel like you're trapped in this instant gratification activity loop. Okay, and then reason number 4 is that you feel detached from everything. You feel detached from your friends, you feel detached from your partner, you feel detached from all the people who actually create a positive environment for you. And you just want to be on your own. You just want to be spending time alone and don't want this connection, right? And one reason for this behavior, at least for me, is that when I start to burn out, I also don't have the certainty about my ability. I don't have the feel that I am really the best version of myself. And that's why I want to hide myself. I don't want to show this weak self of me to everyone. I just wanted to like work on myself and then work on it so it can become better for myself. And then when I recover from these issues, then I can show myself to the other people. And one further reason why I detached myself from everyone was that I didn't want that they worry about me. I didn't want that they can see that I'm weak right now, so that they come to me and just want to help me. I didn't want to show them my vulnerable side. And this is really a mistake, because this is how it's become worse. This is how you will see that you actually need the help of everyone. You actually need this positive environment so that you can get out of there, get out of this negative loop. So if you feel detached from everyone, from your friend, family member, and so on, then you really need to tell yourself that you actively attach them again. You really need to approach them again, because this is actually the right move for you to do right now. And the last sign that I want to share with you is actually the most obvious sign. I mean, when this happened to you, you might have the feel that you just want to neglect it. You just want to not accept it. But if this really happened to you, then it's really warning signs. Then you really need to do something. And then you really need to start mental self-care. You need to do something for your mental well-being if this happened to you. And what I'm talking about is that you start to cry. Out of nowhere, just start to cry, and also have this kind of mental breakdown out of nowhere. This happened to me definitely like in the last few months, actually also one or two times. And it's really a hard warning sign, even if you're still doing your stuff, even if you still are productive. But in the moment when you are working on your stuff and out of nowhere you really start to cry or really start to feel bad, then it's a sign that you reach a limit. Then you need to take care of yourself and just don't continue. So fortunately, I was able to read the sign. I accepted and not neglected. And this is why at this point, when I have this mental breakdown, I also start to spend more time for myself, spend more time with thinking about myself and just doing stuff that help me to regain this positive energy again. Okay, those are the 5 signs that tell you that you are mentally and emotionally exhausted, and that you actually need to change your environment, change your behavior, or change anything so that you can start to feel better again. And I really hope that you couldn't find yourself in this sign. If so, like I said, do something for yourself and just care more about yourself and your emotional well-being. Until then, thank you for watching, and if you're liking this video, press the like button and also subscribe to my channel, and see you next time on my next video.